back to America. That's not how capitalism works. Capitalism, you want the cheapest labor. One thing I'm pretty sure of is cheapest labor is not in America.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle. If you wish to live, that is.
Funding India sounds better than funding China. Well, right now it does,
If
yeah.
you have any wisdom at all, you will
Funding China
remain
sounded okay
silent.
20 years ago when it started happening, though, right? Who knows what'll happen?
This weakling needs
The
our
temple opens in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Fan's mom is
2,
made in China. Well,
1.
this is actually probably
Go
true.
fight.
Actually, kind of
Do
true. Actually,
whatever
I
it
was made in
is you
China too.
do.
Oh shit. Oh God, aware. I was made in China
It is
too.
destiny.
Monka Giga. Thank you, Blue Twitch. I mean, up until 10 years ago, I wouldn't really have minded. But yeah, recently, oh man. Recently, it's good we're not there. I want to stack, but they're like 5-man, and I don't want to like go into 5 people that hard. Stacking this bush. Bush control, bush control. They're still 5-man, by the way. That was pretty good. I'll take it. 49 stacks in 1 minute. We take those. What about a match on T3? It's a game on Android, iPhone. I've never even heard of it. The name is just called T3. Maybe I'll look it up sometime.
I offer my assistance. They will meet justice.
If you boycott their shit, they would go down fast. I don't know. I don't know if China would go down fast. Like,
We have withstood this
Choose a
challenge.
talent.
I've heard comparisons about China to Russia in terms of the leadership. I mean, they're both like dictators, right? But I've heard China is like more smart. Kind of like, you know, they know, like a lot of people are talking about like, what, are they gonna invade Taiwan? And a lot of people say China is like more like, you know, they're very much like they they think about their benefits. They're very much a results-oriented leader. He's gonna think about invading Taiwan, and he's gonna only do it if he thinks the results are better than the price he pays, which is not the same as Putin. So first, I think you gotta, you know, nation
Magic flows
with kind of like,
through
I don't know, what do you call that?
Guardians.
Like a smart villain. You know, it's like a smart villain in the movies. You know, it's like the masterminds in the movies. Evil mastermind. Probably smarter on a global scale in terms of just tactics, I would assume. Yo, good night, Death Frost. Thanks for dropping by. And also, like, bro, like, you know, coming from like someone with a little bit of both. Like, I was born in China, but I moved to America when I was like 6 years old. And right now, I'm like a Twinkie. You know, I'm like a banana. You know, I'm like white on the inside because I've just been here so long. Uh, I'm only an American citizen. Don't have a Chinese passport anymore. So coming from someone that's like lived both lives, so to speak.
Rest.
We are victorious.
Let me tell you something, dude. Chinese people work way harder than Americans. Like, no offense, but like this is just true, dude. This is just straight up facts. Like, you know how hard people in China work. It's insane. Like, they don't complain about 70-hour weeks. Ain't nobody in America wants to work a 70-hour week. Like China, that shit's just like normal. You know. So I would not count them out just because you stop buying stuff from the people there work incredibly hard. The work ethics is like, in my opinion, much better. Maybe not better, but like much. They're gonna get shit done faster. The desperation is much more apparent there. Yeah. Better might be the wrong word. So I wouldn't count them out that easily. It's like the same thing in school too. You guys, every time you guys go to school, there's always that like nerd that's like hella smart, you know? It's like that guy was probably Chinese. They usually are. They just freaking work all the time. Man. Even in college, you got like that super smart guy that's going for like a PhD in like molecular biology and chemistry and statistics and math. That guy's probably Chinese, dude. They just like, oh my god, dude. The work ethic is insane. Kind of racist, but I'm Chinese, so it's all good. Chinese American, you know. I can flame my own. I can flame. All good.
Soon they shall bask in my glory.
Why is it racist to give a compliment? Oh, maybe it's not because it's a compliment. Fair enough. Call me weird, but I wouldn't flex with I work all the time. That's just sounds sad. Oh, I'm not saying it's like a good thing necessarily, but I'm saying, you know, the comments I was responding to in chat, a lot of those comments were like, oh, China would be screwed if we stopped buying from them, or, you know, they'd be, yada yada. You know, I'm just saying, I'm responding to those comments. I don't think it'd be that easy. China has a lot of stuff going for them as well. It might suck for the individual that they're all working that hard, but as a nation, you know, as a nation, that produces results for the nation. I am. This kind of has similarities into esports as well, by the way, which is kind of why I feel really strongly about this stuff. Because at the end of the day, the harder work, it's like more meritocracy, you know? Like the harder workers get more shit done. And this is actually very like applicable to HOTS and esports. This is what happened in every esport essentially. You know who spent the most time working in HOTS? You know which pro player spent the most time working in HOTS? It's the freaking Koreans, dude. And the Chinese. That's why they were always the best. So when you're looking at it through like a meritocratic lens, like people applaud meritocracy when it comes to competition, when it comes to esports, you know. They applaud the people that are working 12 hours, 14 hours every day. Those are the best teams. You can see those are the best teams, and the results show, and you applaud for them. But when it's like when it comes to like normal work, when it comes to something that, you know, everyone does and they can relate to more, and they realize they don't want to be working those 14-hour days, then they think the 14-hour day is bad. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, it might be bad for the people doing it, but you're gonna get results. That's kind of how the world works. Always works that way. Triple strike, baby. So I wouldn't count them out.
We have withstood this challenge.
The light of the sun grows within.
Is that why NA never won Worlds in League? Yes, it is. It's because, well, it's because of multiple things. I won't say that's like the only thing. But culture is a big thing. Like, people always mention culture when it comes to why NA is bad at video games. It's because our culture is different. And in a traditional working sense, you would say our culture is better, right? Because we can afford to have a 40-hour work week, and we still get paid better than the Korean that works 70 hours. But we're never gonna win Worlds because we're comfortable. How are you ever gonna win Worlds when you're working 40 hours and you're getting paid more than the guy working 80 hours? Like, that guy is just always gonna be better than you, right? It's just how it is. I just think it's kind of interesting because when you look at it from like a competitive standpoint, everyone always complains that NA cannot win Worlds and it is so bad. Why are we so bad? But it's like, they know why we're bad. You just have to think about it from your own perspective. Just flip it. If your boss asked you to work 80 hours a week, would you do it? Like, if your boss was Elon Musk, would you do it, right? So I feel like it's almost a little hypocritical sometimes. People are mad that NA never wins Worlds in all of these games. And it's like a bad thing. Like, why don't they work harder? Wow, the Koreans are working so much harder. Why does NA Pro slacking, right? But then you take the exact same thing and just turn it onto them. Like, would they be willing to work 80 hours in their job? Like, no, they wouldn't. No one would, right? So it's like, they already know why we're bad. They just don't think about the actual reasons. Because they don't relate, like, you know, their own job or your own job to something like my job, like pro esports. No one relates it like that. But it's all the same. We're bad in the same same ways, you know. You're not willing to work an 80-hour week, and neither are most pro players. That's why we're bad. Same mentality. Culture thing. You'll take an Olympic medal win over a video game win. I mean, that's fine, but, you know, that's not really the point. The Olympic athletes do have that mental, right? The Olympic athletes do train that hard, and that's why they're winning.
Killing spree.
But yeah, not the point, really. 336 stacks. Not bad, but the game ended kind of fast, unfortunately. That might not be the case for much longer, you know. In 10 years, will Olympics be more important, or will, like, you know, esports be more important? I don't know. Maybe still Olympics. What about in 20 years? You know, I kind of feel like the longer your horizon is, the more people are gonna care about video games over real sports even, but we'll see. But that's beside the point. GG.
It's over now. Leave my domain.
MVP.
Ladder in NA is always worse because of culture too. Yeah. That's why the question really is, do you want to be the top or